we are asking religious questions here at the campus just to kind of see what our culture believes. And basically, we're going to ask two questions. What do you believe about Jesus, and what do you believe about the Bible? And we're just going to get it right from their mouth. Let's see what they say. Well, hey everybody, I'm with Lauren. And Lauren, this is the Easter season, and we just want to ask you one question. Do you believe, like the Bible says, that Jesus is the only way, or do you believe that there are other faiths just as valid? So what do you think, Lauren?
To get to heaven?
Yes, to get to heaven.
I'm a Christian and I believe in God, and I don't think that Christianity is the only way to get to heaven. I think that if one lives their life through their own set of morals and beliefs, and you know, follows a good life, then they will, you know, have an afterlife waiting for them as a reward for living the right way and having a purpose in life. I believe that every action has an effect, whether it be on yourself or other people or the world. So I think that if one considers the intentions behind their actions and the effects it can have on themselves and others before they make it, you know, then that would be a good decision, and that would be a good way to live their life.
Okay,
to
so
gain happiness. Right.
So your belief is that belief is what's good for society, and it helps society. If it's Christian or maybe another, there is still an afterlife waiting for them.
Yes.
Okay.
Or some sort of, you know, reincarnation. Or something other than just this life. I believe, you know, this is just a stop on the way.
This is not it then?
No.
Not
at all.
All right. Thank you, Lauren. Hey, I'm with Frankie here at the campus of UAB, and Frankie, it's Easter season. We're just getting the religious opinions of people. And I was talking with Frankie before we got the camera set up, and she was telling me she was a Buddhist. And tell everyone, Frankie, what is it about Buddhism or that made you choose that?
What I like about Buddhism is it's not like an extremely demanding religion. In fact, usually being Buddhist means that you follow the teachings of the Buddha. And one thing that he says is that you really shouldn't actually believe anything he says unless you find it to be true for yourself. It sort of condones you like thinking for yourself and finding what to be true for yourself.
True for yourself.
Yeah. And Buddhist is also considered to be a non-theistic religion, meaning that there's not necessarily a deity involved, and it doesn't necessarily say you have to believe in a deity to be Buddhist, but but you still can believe in God. And
so you can believe in God and be a Buddhist, but you can also believe there's not a God to be a Buddhist.
Right.
Okay.
But basically with Buddhism, when I say it's non-theistic, it means there isn't really a God involved in, you know, in directing your behavior and what to do and what is right.
Kind of telling you what to do all the time.
Right. There's not really supposed to be like a deity that really tells you what to do.
Okay. So when people would say that Jesus is the only way to heaven, you'd probably not agree with that, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't agree with that.
Okay.
I mean, I guess like the actual Christian conception of heaven is not necessarily what I believe. And in Buddhism, there's a belief in reincarnation.
Reincarnation, okay.
That in order to, I guess the ultimate goal is to get into a type of heaven, which is considered to be like reaching nirvana.
Reaching nirvana.
Which is, it's through a process of enlightenment. It's where through like, you know, following the teachings of the Buddha, which is called the Dharma, and through meditation is a big thing. You can have your soul become enlightened, and through and this usually is considered to take many
lives.
Many lives and reincarnations, and then when you are enlightened, you reach nirvana, which is basically like eternal peace for your soul.
I've heard nirvana also means blowing out. Have you ever heard that term?
No, I haven't.
Okay, it's kind of a blowing out, I guess, all the sinful lust in your life, because when you live these lives.
Yeah, well, the point of like of reaching enlightenment is to separate, because there's the doctrine of the Four Noble Truths.
You're right.
In Buddhism, and that is that life is suffering.
Life is suffering.
And so the point, suffering isn't necessarily like pain and everything.
Okay.
It's having desires, like wants for things, and not being able to get them is considered suffering. So trying to reach enlightenment, it is to free yourself from the desire for, like, I guess, worldly things.
Not be controlled
by your not being controlled by your desires is what is. And once you're able to free yourself from that, you won't have any more suffering, and you can become enlightened and reach eternal peace.
One last question. You believe in reincarnation. Do you believe that you've had another life before this, or you believe this is the first takeoff to many?
It's kind of like a tricky thing, because one major thing in Buddhism is that everything is impermanent. Nothing ever stays the same.
Okay.
So when your soul comes from one life to the next life, it's not necessarily the same soul. Okay. Which is, I guess, could be accounted for why you don't actually remember your past lives. It's not, the soul has changed at some point. Okay. And in a way it is the same soul, but in a way it's a completely new and different one. Okay. That passes on from each life. Okay.
That's very interesting. Frankie, thank you so much. What are you majoring in? Philosophy?
Philosophy and psychology.
Philosophy and psychology.
Yeah.
Thanks so much, Frankie.
You're welcome.
Brianna, do you believe that Jesus is the only way to heaven, or the Bible is the only true revelation from God? Or tell me what you just told me a minute ago.
I believe that it's whatever you want to believe. There are different Christians who believe different things, and they believe in God, but they don't necessarily believe in the way of the Bible. There's a lot of people who believe in the way of the Bible, but don't necessarily believe in the resurrection of Jesus.
Okay, so being that this Sunday is Easter Sunday, you believe that if you want to believe in the resurrection, you can, but if some people don't want to believe that, there's other ways to heaven.
Right.
Okay.
Some people, it's just whatever that person wants to believe, but you as a person, one person can't demonstrate different things for different people.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You can't go to church and say, well, this is how I believe, so this is how you need to believe, because church doesn't teach you to do that. Okay, see.
So you're saying, like, really, church should be like whatever you want to believe, and if you're comfortable with that, that's really what's right for you.
Right.
Okay.
Whatever church you want to go to.
Okay. Hey again, I'm with Alan here at UAB, and we're asking the question during the Easter season, do you believe that Jesus is the only way? And I was talking to Alan before we started filming, and Alan was kind of telling me of kind of what he believed. Would you kind of expound that for us, Alan?
Sure. I was just telling
Robbie.
I was just telling Robbie that he asked me what's my religion, and I told him I don't have one. Instead, I have kind of a thing where I take morals, the positive things from different religions that I've come across, and basically just take that to blend into something that I believe in.
Okay. So it's kind of, you see good things in other religions, hey, that looks good, that looks like that would be good for society, and so you would adopt that.
Right.
Awesome. All right.
Exactly right.
Thank you, Alan. Appreciate it. We got Augustus, Kim, and Jay, and we're asking them just of some religious views that they have, being the Easter season. Guys, the Bible says that Jesus is the only way to heaven, so I'm asking your opinion. Do you believe there are other ways, other valid ways to heaven, or do you believe it's true that Jesus is the only way? Augustus?
I don't believe that Jesus is the only way or the way. I'm an atheist.
You're an atheist?
Yes, atheist / agnostic.
/ agnostic?
Yeah.
What led you to that, Augustus?
Oh, well, I used to go to church, but I don't know, I kind of felt disenfranchised from it. It didn't seem really logical.
Logical?
So, yeah, so eventually I just moved over toward Gnosticism. I don't think there's anything you really can know.
Right.
Or that can be proven. So.
Did you follow maybe David Hume? Were you a philosophy major?
Yes, I am.
Who do you follow?
Not really. Well, Christopher Hitchens is pretty cool.
Chris Hitchens. Okay, Christopher Hitchens writes a book. Now, what's the name of his book again?
God is Not Great.
Yeah, God is Not Great. Did you go to the debate here?
Yes, I did.
You did go?
Yes.
About 6 months ago?
Yeah, around that time.
Okay. So, you find a lot what Christopher Hitchens says is true, makes sense?
Yes.
Okay. All right. What about you, Kim?
All right. I think God is the only way. Jesus is the only way. I know that He died for my sins, and I know that I pray with Him every night, talk to Him every night. As a matter of fact, I was just laughing with James. I actually have my WWJD bracelet on now.
What do you like, Jay?
Same as Kim. I believe Jesus is the only way, and talk to Him every day. And